Smart movement, speed, reliability. Wherever you are, Sky Sports F1, sponsored by FairFX International Money Transfers.
Hello there and welcome, or selamat datang as they say here in Malaysia, to the Smart Travel Notebook, your essential guide to not the Malaysian Grand Prix, because of course this is the last year that we're going to have the Malaysian Grand Prix. So if you're watching this, and unless you're thinking of making a very quick trip to join us, there's not really much point in me telling you about the essential guide to the Malaysian Grand Prix. So instead we're going to do the essential guide to visiting Malaysia. And well, you never know, you actually come here for the MotoGP, because that's still going to be here, isn't it? So you join us on the Sky F1 Happy Bus, complete with nice decorations and frilly accoutrement. Yeah, here we go. So look, there's still a lot of motorsport. Pete, do you want to come in a little bit? You can come sit down next to me. Still a lot of motorsport. There's the super bikes here. Then there's the Sepang 1,000 kilometres, of course, which might be interesting. The Sepang 12 Hours, which is a local GT race. And, of course, the MotoGP. So you can still come here and have an interesting time at a very, very good, humid, hot, but sultry and also very, very reasonably priced. In fact, our editor Huey just pointed out that this is the most reasonable, the cheapest race that we come to, separated by about 250 miles from one of the most expensive races we go to, which is of course Singapore. So if you go to the front, or Pete, if you just have a look over there, you can see KLIA, which is what they call Kuala Lumpur International Airport, and that's a good place to start because getting here is fairly easy actually. There are two airlines who fly direct from London to Kuala Lumpur. That's British Airways on the old BA33, or Malaysian Airlines, who have two Airbus A380s every day, the MHs 1, 2, 3 and 4, which go direct. It's quite a long flight. It is a good 12.5 to 13 hours, but you can get some great deals on those two airlines going to Malaysia. There's no Air Asia. You might remember Tony Fernandez, who used to be in charge of Caterham and Team Lotus. He also ran the Air Asia, which is the sort of low-cost airline round here. Air Asia X is their long-haul low-cost branch, and they were thinking of restarting their flights from Gatwick to Kuala Lumpur, but they're not doing that now. So there is no sort of low-cost alternative. You can go to Singapore, which they say is just 250 miles away, and then connect. So Singapore Airlines and all the usual people that we mentioned a couple of weeks ago go to Singapore, or you can take the Gulf 3, Qatar, Etihad and Emirates. You can connect through all of those, or do the usual Europeans, Air France, KLM, Lufthansa, etc., who go to KL. But then when you get here, so if you are coming for the race, for the MotoGP, I should say, the best thing really to do is, there are some cheap hotels around here, but the best thing to do is either stay at the airport from where there are shuttle buses to the circuit, or stay in town and then get the airport train to the airport, which is really good, really quick. It's the KLIA Express it's called, and then get a shuttle bus to the circuit. And in town there were all the hotel chains, from absolute top end, the Hyatt, the Meridian, you know, the Park Hyatt, all the ones, you know what I mean, down to the budget hotels as well. And there are some very characterful local hotels that you can stay in as well. But places to go in KL, well, obviously there's the Petronas Towers, there's the Chinese market, Petaling Street Market, where you can get some fantastic knockoff watches. We shouldn't say that you know we don't encourage that kind of thing, but hey, they are there and you can get them. But and some sort of silly jewelry and all of that. But otherwise, there's just plenty in Kuala Lumpur itself, and otherwise it's places to go in Malaysia. And well, I can recommend Pangkor and Pangkor Laut. Been there myself. Tioman Island is also very nice. So they're the kind of destination places, and also the Perhentian Islands as well. And they're the sort of beach places to go to. Now look, we're just on the climb out from Kuala Lumpur Airport here, so you might see a plane rising above our head. No, not yet. Otherwise, there's Langkawi.
Smart movement, speed, reliability. wherever you are. Sky Sports F1, sponsored by FairFX International Money Transfers.